afternoon, everybody. It's game day 5. We've reached the final day of competition here in Tampere in Finland, and Great Britain and Montenegro are the first game of the day. Here is that schedule. Lithuania and Sweden will be the second game up. Finland and Germany are the nightcap game, bringing the curtain down on what's been an unbelievable tournament here in Tampere. Here are the standings of this Group B. Germany, Lithuania, and Finland are all qualified. There's still some options around. Montenegro, everything easy for them. They get the win, they qualify. If they lose to Great Britain, the door is left open for Sweden, or even Great Britain with a 33-plus point victory. Gonna get into the player introductions. I'm Mark Clark, and with me is Shona Thorburn. Goes without saying, I've already said it, what a great time we've had here. And after all their trials and tribulations, Great Britain still have a mathematical opportunity to qualify.
They do have a mathematical opportunity. It is not an easy one, like you mentioned. They have to win by 33 points. We know that, so they know that. Right now, I think it's about ending this tournament on a high note and being able to hold your heads high at the end of the day when you get to go back home. And with a win, I think they can do that. They just need to see themselves perform better. But you know what? They're going up against one of the best big men in the tournament, in Nikola Vucevic, and I'm not sure they can shut him down. We saw Finland be able to shut him down. Can Great Britain do the same thing? I need to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it's a huge question because they've seen the how to do it. Vucevic himself said he was very disappointed with his performance against Finland when they did send the double team to him. He'll be ready for it, but Finland doing it on every possession is a little bit different than Great Britain have demonstrated so far, but the option is there. And while there's still the option, you expect them to really give it their best shot. This team from Montenegro struggled at the beginning of the tournament, came up with what can only be described as a gutsy, tough it out night to get the win over Sweden and open the door to get that ticket on the charter flight to Riga.
Yeah, you said it. You know, Kyle Allman, I think he's still adjusting to a EuroBasket type of competition as the naturalized player for Montenegro. But I have to give hats off to him. He's averaging just under 10 points a game. The fourth quarter against Sweden, he really came up big for them. I mean, he really came up big. Scored in double digits. If he could have done that all tournament long, I could have seen this Montenegro team beating some others and already solidified and booked their ticket to Riga.
Well, all they've got to do is get the win. We'll talk about it more after the national anthems of both countries, starting with Great Britain.
We invite you to stand for the national anthem of Great Britain. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Montenegro.
While players and coaches exchanging those mementos of the game at the halfway line gives us an opportunity to look at the 3 officials that make up the 3rd team on the floor for this game 1 on game day 5 of Group B. The crew chief, well known to Finnish fans, Adriana Chieka, both officiated and played here in Finland. Georgios Porzandidis and Martin Horizov from Greece and Bulgaria, respectively, make up that 3-person team. Great Britain starting lineup. Shona, it'll be interesting. Tariq Phillips out there in uniform, and they missed him on game day 4. If he starts to score points, if he gets himself going, he could be a big plus for Great Britain.
He could be a big plus, especially coming in off the bench. It would be a nice little momentum kick, averaging 7 points a game. But like you said, he missed that game, which they're missing scoring. They're missing scoring and they're missing defense depending on the game. As you see, Nelson, Yeboah, Hessen, Wheatle, and Aiken. Yeboah started strong and has kind of lost his rhythm a little bit, I would say. But Miles Hessen easily has been the best player, in my opinion, for Great Britain. As you see his stats there against Germany, 11 points, 2 steals, 4 assists. You know, unfortunately, Great Britain were on the wrong side of history against that Germany team. They were outscored. It was the biggest defeat since 1969.
Yeah, that's a double for them because Lithuania had the most rebounds ever against Great
them.
Britain.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, and it's a tough one. But while you've got an opportunity, you've got a chance to take it. Here's the starting lineup for Montenegro, and they've got better and better every single game, and they're going to start with the same lineup that started last time.
Yeah, and you know, this lineup did well for them. Allman, like I said, if he can get going and stays like that all game long, I think he can make a big mark and really help this team. They know what's at stake. Yep. If they can win, they're going to be good. I thought Slavkovic the last 2 games has been really good, but let's not forget Mr. Double-Double, Nikola Vucevic, 23 points, 15 rebounds in that big win against Sweden. You said it, he was disappointed with his own performance after the Finland game. Talk about coming out and doing, like, this is what good players and what veterans do. They're able to come back after a bad game.
Well, head coach for Great Britain, Mark Stutzel. This is his first EuroBasket as a head coach. And like we always say, you know, you've got to adjust to the level, and this will be a great learning experience for him, and it will be a great experience for him if he can get Great Britain's first win at a EuroBasket since 2013. The TSO countdown to tip-off, we're just 1 minute away from the last game of group action for these 2 teams. Coach Roscoe Radovic said game day 1, he was looking at the end of the tournament, and he's played to that script. He's literally win the last 2 games, we qualify, and that's what he's got a chance to do.
Yeah, you know, Vucevic playing in his 6th EuroBasket. Not sure if he's going to continue. He has stayed healthy, 13-year NBA veteran. I wouldn't be shocked to see him again, but I would also understand if he wanted to retire after this. And if he does want to retire, you imagine his focus is, I know what we need to do. I know what my team needs to do. You've seen his leadership really step up this EuroBasket. He's talking to his teammates. He's encouraging them. He's teaching them. He's helping them. And I think as a whole, they like that. They appreciate it. And they play better because of it.
Well, they've obviously got to get over this Great Britain game first, but I would see Vucevic and Montenegro, if they get to Riga, they're not the sort of team you're going to want to play, you know, because they've got that inside strength, and they've got players who are beginning to build some momentum. So while I'm not getting overly carried away with how good they are and what they might be able to do, they've established a way of playing that works for them, and it's Great Britain who have to take Montenegro out of that rhythm. Well, for any team, it's always a challenge to deal with Nikola Vucevic on the inside. Dan Aiken has got the start for Great Britain. They only have the matchup, but he can't play him one-on-one, as Shona and I have already indicated. Finland knew they couldn't do that, and they came up with an answer. Well, welcome to Tampere for the last day of group action here in Group B. Montenegro in the white uniform get the first look, and they go straight to the inside. Vucevic feels the double team. The double team comes now. They've got to rotate out of it. Begovic goes up, moves it on. Almond for the three is good. And he has started where he left off on game day 4.
I like that offensive attack. They went inside to their best player. The double team came, kicked it out, extra pass, penetration, kick out, extra pass, three-point shot.
Hessen going baseline is fouled, and they cannot complete the and-one play. Will be disappointed that they couldn't finish the play. Poor defensively by Begovic. Just didn't move his feet.
No, and then we see that shot by Allman after a great offensive sequence. A lot of players touched the ball, but Begovic really just sort of fell asleep defensively. And then for us, we got to saw the replay, and he really just grabbed Hessen, didn't even make a play on the ball.
I was going to say, I was going to ask you that. Now I don't have to. But there was no play on the ball. He was from behind in the end. And it was a little soft foul, so there was no consideration about it. But anyway, Mihailovic has it as his pocket pick. Noah gets the 2. Well, Great Britain with the energized defense. It's really close to an 8-second backcourt. Just about got rid of the basketball. Allman makes the move, goes past Aitken for the easy 2. And either he needs help quicker, or he's just got to do a better job on the ball.
Well, I think Great Britain are actually in a triangle and 2. So 3 players are sort of playing zone defense, and 2 are playing man-to-man. So you need the help on penetration.
Hessen works against the closeout, has to take the tough 2, doesn't get a drop. May have been better served by attacking on increasing that separation from the defense. Here's Mihailovic, moves it on. Allman looks to turn the corner again, has started the game really aggressively, goes up the glass. And Allman leads Great Britain 7-4. Nelson stops on the foul line and pops, can't get it to go, just off balance on the release. Mihailovic has it knocked away. Well, I have to ask, what was that?
I think, I don't know. Sometimes it's just better to be fundamental than try and do something off balance, even though the defense was coming towards Nelson. And just, an unnecessary turnover, in my opinion.
Absolutely, especially after they got the stop and got the turnover. Allman looks down low. Vucevic has it. The double team you'd expect to come, and does, and now they've got to scramble. Slavkovic on the closeout gets the 2. You can't show the middle on the closeout. And Slavkovic has really been impressive in the last second half. He's been so aggressive. 9-4 start for Montenegro. Aitken will hand it off. Wheatle drops it inside to Aitken with a little push. And just under the foul line. Allman in the lane, will kick. Mihailovic for the Hadzibegovic with the feet set for the 3, and they have started hot offensively.
Yeah, they really have. Also, thanks to Allman, though, who's just come out aggressive.
Tough move to the baseline by Hessen.
It really opens everything else up for this Montenegro team when you have Kyle Allman start a game like this.
Yeah. Mihailovic looks inside. Vucevic will get a touch. They turn him down, surprisingly. Allman will want the ball screen. 5 on the possession. Allman breaks it down. Great work by Nelson defensively to knock it away. Mid-court foul. And Hadzibegovic takes one for the team mid-court. Great Britain It's almost the story of their tournament so far. They've had good looks most of the time, haven't been able to make shots, enough of them. But defensively, they do a great job on the double team, and then they've lost the advantage, and Montenegro have exploited it on the closeout. Hessen with a 3 is off. Slavkovic pulls it down. Simonovic checks in the game for Montenegro. He also stepped it up on game day 4. Mihailovic puts it on the floor again, breaks the defense down, drops it inside, and Simonovic with the easy 2. And Great Britain struggling to get stops. Yeboah with the 3, doesn't get it to go. Wheater will chase that one down. Likes the matchup on the inside. The extra pass, Aitken goes up, gets the 2 to go, and they share it nicely on the inside.
Yeah. Great ball movement.
Simonovic will hand it on. Orman. Mihailovic explores the pick and roll. Orman on the lift, looks. Simonovic goes inside to Vucevic, nice cut. Ball's knocked away, they're gonna call the foul.
Great Britain, number 6, used first team foul.
Well, he might have had a case there. As Luke Nilsson says, no, take a look, I had all ball.
Yep.
But that was a good heads-up play by Simonovic, he's the man who passed inside, saw that his defender turned his head to go trap, cuts at the same time. You know that if Nikola is getting double-teamed or triple-teamed, he's going to find the open player. So if your player is the one who goes, go ahead, cut, get into a good passing angle for him to find you.
Offensively, they have not missed a beat in the first 5 minutes, 15-8, and
they're perfect from the field. And you can't say that Great Britain has defended badly because they have forced Montenegro into 3 turnovers already.
Aitken will move it on, they hit the second side, go back to Hessen, in rhythm, puts up the 3, doesn't get it to go. And they share it on the inside again, and Aitken is the recipient. Great Britain finding some rhythm offensively. We're going to get some stops down this end, and Hessen comes up with a steal. Drops it to Yeboah, off the glass, is fouled. And Simonovic did a nice job taking away the easy 2.
Yeah, it was a good job. He didn't give up an and one. I like this foul. He made sure he went for the ball, but that Yeboah was not going to be able to score at the same time. What's harder, excuse me, is going to the free throw line and knocking down 2 free throws and then allowing an open layup.
Absolutely. Yeboah makes the first.
You know, we talked about, I think everyone stepped up big for Montenegro in that game against Sweden, which was almost a must-win for them to still have their hopes be alive. But Simonovic off the bench, 4 offensive rebounds in that game. By far the best game he had. He had 10 points in that game, but it was the 4 offensive rebounds, which were putbacks or fouls. And we even said he wasn't credited with all the offensive rebounds he's had
100%.
because sometimes they went out of bounds, but it was because of him and the team got the offensive rebound.
It was literally, they played to Coach Radovic's script, didn't they? They all stepped up, just their physicality as well as the quality. Orman, and they get the 8-second course. Bad recognition and communication because the ball was knocked out of bounds by Luke Nelson for Great Britain, which had taken some time off the 8 seconds in the back court, and he just came down and no one made him aware. So Great Britain generate their third turnover. And that is giving him a chance to cut this to a 2 or a 1-point game. Oh, the tough 2 is no good. Ward Hibbett had to try and create one for himself. Allman. It's Vucevic on the pick, and he dives. Extra pass, super ball movement for the open 3 is no good. Nelson has a chance to run for Great Britain, and he has numbers. Got to keep pushing in tempo and this in transition, and they're going to call it offensively.
Oh, gonna have to take a look at the review on this. I don't see where he got hit.
No.
I didn't see the action. I was watching the ball.
Here you go.
Let's see. He just kind of.
There was a sort of, it was a movement.
Unfortunately, Hessen, yeah.
Hessen was on the roll when he made the contact with the Mihailovic. And Mihailovic, unfortunately, ran into his chest.
I think he did hit his nose very hard in his chest, shoulder area. I'm not questioning that. I'm questioning, was it really a foul going against Hessen? I think that's just, unfortunately, a basketball move where two players moving same time, same position. Well, Mihailovic is going to go out. He did miss the first game.
Always looked like a backcourt, and they've got an...
Oh, no, offensive foul is going to go against Allman. So Montenegro now dealing a little bit. Well, since the beginning of the game, like I said, when they've got a shot, they're good shots and they're making them. But Great Britain is also causing some issues.
Yeah. And the thing that those traveling Great Britain fans behind that Great Britain bench, they're going to want to see this continue because they've found a way to give Montenegro a real problem coming down the floor. Drobnjak, who's had an impact every time he stepped off the Montenegro bench, he stepped in, moves it on. Drobnjak will come off the Vucevic screen. He dives, gets it on the inside, goes to work for two. If he gets it that deep, put it in the book. Yeboah finds the cutting Hessen, off the glass for two, misses the layup. Vucevic gets another positive stat. Pick and roll in transition. Vucevic wants it in the block. Double team comes, finds the pass. It's automatic. People just make sure they can see the ball. Simonovic will put it on the floor. Looks to go to work. Little hesitation off the glass for two is no good. And Great Britain are finding a way to slow down this Montenegrin team. Yeboah puts it on the floor, gets to the ring, kicks it. Open in the corner. Ward Hibbert for three is no good. Aikens on the glass, but he's going up against the best rebounder in the tournament. Drobnjak is fouled by Aiken. Great Britain's offensive woes is the only thing. It's under 30% from the field as Vucevic goes up, misses the little jump hook. Montenegro have an impressive high 70% field goal percentage at the moment. Nelson moves it on to Wheatle. Yeboah moves it on. Bello, baseline jump shot is no good. Wheatle on the glass, that's a rebound, kicks it. Yeboah for the three is good. And good things happen when you outwork your opponent. And Carl Wheatle went to the offensive glass. And Great Britain, even though they're shooting the ball at just 30%, close this to a three-point game. They're generating stuff from their defense.
No, they really are, and that's the reason that they're hanging around. They forced Montenegro into 6 turnovers. This timeout has to be about taking care of the ball. Boxing out. Wheatle checks in, the captain. He already has 2 offensive rebounds in about the same amount of minutes he's played.
Ja ne znam, jebate, pa ovo su sve osnovne, momci, opet imamo 5 turnovera, čovječe, 5 turnovera, 3 direktno daju koš, jebote. Ovdje napad se takmičimo, neko ko će, što će, tamo, amo. Ej, napadi, motion, napadi motion, pa vrati, pobaci mučku da igra dolje, evo. Ej, šta nam je, evo?
Motion, nemojte napamet, se onda pređemo i prebacimo. Napadni driblingom ili daj meni ili probaj nešto drugo. I samo prebacimo i vrti, evo.
Tamo ne znamo, ja bih ostavimo.
Čitaj odbranu, igra kako...
2 puta box out, 2 puta cut, jebo. Pa ne možemo da igramo ovako, evo.
Box out, ajde, box out, ajmo, dobro, ajde. Ajde, bife.
Well, the one thing
we understood?
Yeah, the one thing that we understood. The one thing that can always hurt a team like Montenegro in this situation is to underestimate an opponent. They got really up for the Swedish game. They've seen Great Britain's performances. If they start soft, it's very, very hard to pick it up.
Yeah.
There's a number of Swedish fans in the gym. They need a Great Britain win. Sweden could still progress if Great Britain get the win and don't win by 30.
Yeah, you're right. So Swedish fans just want to see a Great Britain win.
They could see Great Britain win
32 and under, they would love it.
Exactly.
And I can guarantee you that the Swedish coaches are also somewhere in this gym watching this game. Then again, you never want to leave your fate in the hands of someone else. Look at that.
Straight out of the timeout. And if it was about taking care of the ball, Great Britain just hammer that home.
We definitely heard box out, but I can guarantee you that Coach Radovic is not happy coming out of the timeout. Look at this, Nelson coming up with 2.
Oh, and he throws it down, there's Bello, and there's a real momentum in the gym here. And the Swedish fans with those Great Britain fans loving the moment as Great Britain take the 1-point lead.
Well, it's all started with their defensive effort here as Great Britain finally take the lead over a hot starting Montenegro. They're still shooting 70% from the field. They just now have 8 turnovers already.
Vucevic sees the double team, skips it. Great Britain do a reasonable job closing out, but Slavkovic is a different man than he was at the start of this tournament. Just nailed the 3. Nelson off the screen, throws it away. And Slavkovic in transition, and 1. And the point has to be, you've got to keep doing the simple things correctly every single possession.
And again, you know, Luke Nelson, he's had a great little stretch right now. He's the one who's come up with 2 steals to help Great Britain cut into that lead. But right there, you take your second foul. You knew he was going to foul. You have to know that you have a trailing big coming to help you defensively as well. You pick up your second and you allow an and 1.
Yep. In fact, that's a triple, should we say, of mistakes in the 1 possession. And Slavkovic makes the free throw. All that momentum. We're back to where we were with Montenegro with the 5-point lead. We're in the last minute of this first quarter. Bello will hit the second side. Weitzel will take the ball screen, looks to turn the corner, gets in the lane and kicks. Yeboah from the corner for 3 is good. And we've been asking Great Britain to get that penetration and kick to Yeboah from game day 1. Surprising that people helped off Yeboah. Ivanovic down the lane, in traffic for the layup is good. Watson Gal will advance the basketball. Has to settle for the 3, knocks it down, super finish. Well, Watson Gal at the end of the first quarter, and we've got a 1-point game. 26-25, Montenegro needing a win to qualify, have that slender advantage over Great Britain, looking for their first win in 12 years since 2013.
15 consecutive losses at a EuroBasket. As we'll take a quick look at the statistics, when Montenegro shot the ball, they shot the ball incredibly well. 10 of 13 from the field. They're perfect from free throw range. The issue is, and the reason we only see a 1-point lead right now, is the 8 turnovers. And a lot of those were steals leading to easy baskets, points off of turnovers. Great Britain has done a great job. They already have 8. They can continue on that. They're going to give themselves a real chance to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got the best plays of that first quarter, and that guy, Carl Ullman, at the beginning of the game, literally went perfect. 2 twos and the 3. Had the first 7 points of the game and really set the tone. And it really helped Nikola Vucevic, who didn't then have to create for everybody. Ullman was actually starting to run the game as we think that he probably could. As you have said continually, he is now getting used to EuroBasket.
I think it was going to take him some time. Unfortunately, more time than they really could afford, I want to say. But my question right now is, Nikola has already played 10 minutes. Is he going to have to play the entire game? What? They know if they win by 1, they're moving on.
Yep.
If they lose, it could become really interesting, and then they're the ones sitting in the gym watching the Sweden game after.
Well, it's if they lose, Sweden have the head-to-head over them, and they'll have the points difference scenario in their favor as well. So it's really a win and go on, and you lose. Montenegro are done in that sense in terms of progressing on. Three-way tie because of the, well, as we said at the time, Sweden had a massive 3 minutes at the end of the game against Great Britain that gave them a plus 19. So that's really going to hurt Montenegro in a three-way tie.
Also, sorry, Great Britain, 3 offensive rebounds. They've scored 7 points off of it.
Whelan can't get the 2 to drop. Went up a little soft, nice pass on the high-low from Bello. Drobnjak, who normally just explodes into the game, been quiet. Comes off the ball screen, looks to turn the corner, drops it inside. Vucevic with the easy 2.
Everything he does, I really hope young basketball fans watch his footwork, his movement. It's simple, there's nothing flashy about it.
Whelan drops it inside to Bello with no advantage, has to go out to Hessen. Wide open in the corner, Whelan turns down the 3 and puts it on the floor. They're going to go 14-second reset because of the footwork coming off of Mihailovic's left leg. It's a ridiculously tough ask for any big man going against Vucevic, but Bello's very inexperienced by comparison. His teammates can't just give it to him and say, go to work, because he doesn't have those options. Yeah, absolutely. Hessen, stack and move off the glass, takes a tough one, he's fouled, and will go to the free throw line. And again, the defensive commitment by Simonovic was just nowhere near where it was the other night. Gave up the extra step, enabled Miles Hessen for Great Britain to take that second move, finds himself on the free throw line.
You gotta stop saying, please, we have the right to talk. Okay, then you gotta listen to it.
Nicola
also picked up his second foul, and like you said, he has a height advantage as well defending Hessen. Make him have to shoot a tough shot over you, contest it, instead of going a little bit for a shot fake. Hessen didn't even really shot fake.
No. Drobnjak will beat the 8 count easily this time, fills a double team, and Bello almost gets a piece of it.
Again, great defense. I like the double team call coming after Drobnjak just crossed half. He was here on the sideline right in front of us.
Nikola Vucevic going to work, fills a double team, needs the open pass, finds it. Mihailovic. Great Britain scramble really well defensively, get the travel. And it is very similar to the problems that Montenegro had against Finland, because it's a similar scenario of forcing Vucevic to give the ball up and then working hard on the closeouts. So Great Britain have found a way, it would appear. Whelan will find Wheatle. And the same thing, though, Shona, Montenegro's defense is nowhere near with the intensity they had the other night. Watson Gal just weaves his way, finds some separation from the defense, burrows his way into the keyway for 2. And Great Britain have the 1-point lead. And Drobnjak slips and stays down. Miles Hessen will flush the 2. And Montenegro forced to take their second timeout with 8:15 to go in the half, putting so much pressure on Montenegro's offense.
And the first timeout that Coach Radovic had to go to, couldn't really understand. We definitely know that box out was an issue, but also turnovers. It's going to be a similar timeout.
Now it's time to give out some smooches. Come on.
Well, Miles Hessen, and when we highlighted him ahead of the game, leading the scores for Great Britain. Defense is there. Let's take a listen to the Montenegrin timeout.
Slušaj, press break tam, ostavite vas trica. Vas trica budite strani i utrči u sredinu. Idemo ovako. Ajde da napravimo force, da napadnemo. Ne, ajmo tu, 2. Ajmo 2 napadnemo. Ajmo tamo press break. Tu.
Well, Shona, 10 turnovers in 12 minutes of basketball. It doesn't matter how good your offensive output is when you get it down there. You can't win basketball games turning the ball over with that regularity.
Yeah. You said it. I mean, absolutely way too many turnovers. 10 already. They're well on their way to not a good average. That is not a statistic that you want to have. But it's also the efficiency of scoring after Great Britain have come up with steals. 12 points off of turnovers right now. That is a big, big statistic with 8 minutes left in the second.
Well, Karl Allman back in the game. That should help in the backcourt. Vucevic outside the three, puts it on the floor. Looks to work his way to the ring for two and gets the and one. You get the feel that he is simply on a mission to make sure that these guys get on the charter flight tomorrow. His communication in the timeout, when he comes back, he just took responsibility. Weedle comes down with a defensive rebound off of a Vucevic free throw miss. Watson Gal, Bello is the release. Nine on the possession. Hessen gets it on the foul line, settles for the jumper. One and done for Great Britain. Allman. Vucevic. Backs it out, now he wants to work. Finds Allman the extra pass. The open three from the corner is good.
Every single player touched the ball on that possession. And clearly now Mark Studel's turn to say, okay, you know what, we're doubling, but we need to somehow cut up the easy extra passes, because right now that's how they're scoring.
Yeah.
So better closeouts, hands up, know where they want to pass as well. You need a closeout. Can't allow an easy penetration, but you can't allow an easy, quick extra pass.
Well, Coach Studel taking his time with his assistants to gather the thoughts, but he must be. This is a very much the most positive start by Great Britain across the tournament. Let's take a listen.
Hey, look, two defensive possessions where we're solid, no problem, okay? I know you made a tough play back. Just the next two post catches don't double. Just for the next two, but we still got to get him off the block, okay? Just because they anticipate. Next two post catches, no double, single coverage, okay?
The great thing for Montenegro as we get the highlights of Karl Allman at the beginning of the game is that Vucevic, the possession before, got it and took it deep to score. Took it deep to score, and then the defense is a little bit going to go maybe help too quickly. Then he just shared it. I mean, he is just complete for this team. His decision-making is out of the top drawer.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why he, you know, has WNBA All-Star on his name, has been one of the best players, European players for a long time, showing up playing for World Cup teams, EuroBasket teams. Mr. Double-Double.
Yeah.
And it's
absolutely.
just, but I see more of a veteran leadership role from him this year than I have in years past.
Great Britain in the weed. Weasel in the lane, takes the tough one, goes to the free throw line. For me, that's a very good sign for Great Britain, because too often, coming out of timeouts in particular, they've settled for a tough three.
Yeah.
Whereas like Weedle takes it strong down the lane, finds himself on the free throw line, tries to restore the lead. Nelson's going to check back in.
And those of you who are tuning in during that timeout by Coach Mark Studel, he did mention defensively they don't want to go in trap. So I'm interesting to see here if Montenegro can pick up on that. I'm imagining they're going to go inside to Vucevic, because they normally always do on their offensive possessions. Can they stop him if it's one-on-one defense?
Well, I think it's like that. Well, the answer is no. But it's like the other thing about it is that they're going to have to try and keep Montenegro a little guessing. It just slows them down. Are they going to double? Are they not?
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see if Great Britain's defense plays as hard as it has been, and Bello's going to have to guard Vucevic one-on-one. Well, here's that one-on-one coverage. He has to kick it out. Vucevic on the inside is fouled, and
well, if that's going against Nelson, it's going to be his third.
I think they're going to go with Hessen.
Let's take a look here. So Hessen comes from the baseline.
Yeah. He's going to say that was a clean swipe down on the ball, but how many times when players make that swipe down action?
Say, it's that swipe down action, foul or no foul. You actually give the referee an opportunity to call something.
Yes, that's the thing. The action is what they call, as opposed to
The contact,
arguably what they should call. But
yeah, but I also understand it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we're in a back and forward game right now. Montenegro restore their advantage. They did this 34-33. Luke Nelson will advance the basketball, draws the contact. That'll be the third team foul for Montenegro with 6:45 remaining still in the half. These two countries have played each other twice in EuroBasket qualifiers or finals. It's head-to-head is one apiece. Hessen puts it on the floor, goes in the traffic, has it knocked away, goes back up again with a left hand with a soft touch. Stayed with the play well.
Yep, just a good job. Nice heads-up play there. Two white defenders around him, though, and neither of them really being aggressive. Maybe thinking one or the other, we're going to take him. And here we see that full-court defense again by Great Britain that has been their strength here in the first half.
Mihailovic down the lane, nice pass. Vucevic with a flush. The pressure is working regardless of the steal, isn't it? That's going to just take time out of the possession. And we've got another whistle on the foul, and Mihailovic has gone back-to-back fouls. That will put Montenegro with 6 minutes remaining in the penalty. The concern for Great Britain when they're looking, maybe the game could be too high scoring for them. At the moment, they're matching Montenegro in terms of the scoreline, but their average is way down on Montenegro and way down on the rest of the group in terms of points per game. But if they're getting points off their defense, then that's going to make up for that. Here is Nelson. We'll take the ball screen, and that's another foul. And Nelson does a great job drawing the contact on that one. And Mihailovic, who I think is so important in the backcourt balance, so Montenegro is going to have to go and spend the rest of the half at least on the bench.
But he's frustrated, but he also, in my opinion, is too veteran of a player to make that mistake. I know you want to play aggressive defense. You don't want to give anything up. Move your feet. Don't hip check right away. You know how the referees are calling. It happened 2 consecutive possessions right before this third foul that he had to pick up.
Well, Great Britain have a lot of things in their advantage at the moment. Still 6 minutes remaining. They only have committed 2 fouls, so Montenegro are going to have to stay clean at the defensive end as they're already in the penalty. Ullman, who will probably have to go the whole upper quarter now. Ullman steps back for 2, and he is in a completely different rhythm to where he has been across this tournament so far. Has had an impressive first half. Nelson. Well, they get Aiken deep. They're going to have to go. Great recognition by Nelson. Finds Hessen now off the inside-out option, and great work on the glass by Great Britain. Keep it alive. Yeboah for the 3 is no good. And Simonovic comes down with a huge defensive rebound. A little bit of a Swedish Great Britain combo in the crowd at the moment, trying to get behind this Great Britain lineup. Simonovic, feet set, in the corner for 3, is off. Hessen comes down with a defensive rebound and pushes. Takes it right at Vucevic for 2.
Well, Vucevic on the last offensive possession when he was running over half, he looked at Coach Radovic and he said, I need a sub. And there, I think you could see that he was a little bit fatigued. Hessen, just a heads-up play, not intimidated at all by the taller Vucevic.
They're going to call that offensive. Aitken did a really decent job by trying to stand up and take the lane away. I still think that call is harsh on the big man because it's more about a height situation than anything else.
He wants a coach's review, but you can't actually review it as he is looking up on the cube. Yeah, that's, for me, it's just a basketball movement. It's a normal action. He shouldn't have had a foul go against him. I do think the last 2 possessions, like I said, he had already asked his coach for a sub. There had not been a dead ball to get him out. Also one of those, maybe just a little bit of fatigue hit him.
That's his 2nd foul, so it's a pass by Hessen. Aitken on the inside goes up, can't get the 2 to drop. And they go where they should go, Great Britain. Try to get the high percentage shot from the inside without Vucevic on the floor. Now it'll be interesting to see how they decide to guard Montenegro. They don't need to double on the inside. Allman should become the focal point for Montenegro. He goes for some hang time. Doesn't get it to drop. Carl Weedle gets a defensive rebound, and Great Britain in transition. Weedle is aggressive. Ball's picked up by Aitken, but Great Britain will have it on the baseline. Slavkovic is going to check back in for Jovanovic. Without Vucevic, they look a lightweight team, don't they, on the inside? Be interesting to see if Great Britain can exploit that. Not that Great Britain are the biggest team in this competition. Great cut, super cut. Hessen with a flush, and Great Britain open it out to their biggest lead of 3 in the game. Allman is fouled.
Well, they had fouls to give. I'm not sure that far away from the basket when Allman wasn't attacking was necessarily the smartest foul to pick up if you're Carl Weedle. Captain, he's more experienced than that. He has to know that wasn't a great foul to take.
Jovniak will find Allman. Puts it on the floor. They contain him this time. They switch the defense, Great Britain. Jovniak, again, Great Britain, 1 to 5, are just switching now. Jovniak with a tough step back 3 is no good. Hessen does a super job keeping it alive.
Yeah, excellent job rebounding down. Realized he wasn't going to come up with it, but tipped it to his teammate.
Yeboah is fouled on the way up. Aitken was all over the offensive glass. I have to ask, where has this aggressive play from Great Britain been for 4 games? Because we've been worried about Dan Aitken for Great Britain at times because he's a very athletic, very aggressive rebounder. Played in some of the best leagues in Europe, and he wasn't getting it done.
No, he wasn't getting it done. I mean, all of them, the way that they've all come out, they're playing with a different pep in their step in a certain way. They're aggressive, they're attacking, they're not settling for tough shots. They're getting to the key a little bit more. They're doing a great, their defense is right now the difference to me.
Simonovic with all day to line up the 3, doesn't get it to go. Weedle gets the defensive rebound, and Great Britain don't have numbers, so Weedle will look to bring this out, or does he? Takes the tough lean back 2. Geez, has to make that if you're going to take that. Aitken.
I was just saying they weren't taking tough shots, contested tough shots, except for that last action there. But still, this is one of the best halves, especially offensively, that Great Britain has had. And I think they've done a great job defensively because they have forced Montenegro into 11 turnovers. It's just Montenegro started hot. They were hitting shots, even if they were half open in the first, especially the first quarter. Cooled off a little bit here in the second.
Allman looks at his options, has to break it back out. Settles for the 3, is long. And Great Britain owning their own glass at the moment. Hessen, oh, nice hesitation, goes into the lane for 2. Just hesitated, created a drive lane, and just, I don't think as many Swedes have ever been up on their feet as Great Britain's score as this. Allman has it stripped. 3-on-1 break. All Great Britain have to do is keep it simple, and they do.
Again, another point off of a turnover for Great Britain. They can go on a little bit of a run heading into halftime. It's exactly what they want to do. Montenegro, you need to get a score, a stop, and a score.
Slavkovic with all the time in the world, and he knocks down the three. Great Britain got caught watching the basketball. No one moved as Slavkovic extended. Here's Wheatle. Will move the basketball. Nelson breaks it down, stops for the long two, way short. Alman has a chance to push. Great pass. Slavkovic took the tough shot. Jovanovic on the glass, sorry, Begovic keeps it alive. Allman finds him. Begovic going on the baseline, barrels his way inside. And there's a technical foul given to Coach Radovic, who has consistently felt his team were being fouled in the possession.
You know, the foul count is a little bit against them, but not anything. Well, let's see here. Yeah, maybe Wheatle actually could have had I think it could have been a foul on the initial penetration.
Yes.
Here, it's a good strip of the ball.
Yeah. And it came off of a Slavkovic, great pass to Slavkovic, but then he made the shot harder. He was at the ring, turned around for a jump hook. Great Britain make the free throw, have possession of the basketball, have the 5-point lead. 46-41. Just under 48 seconds remain in the half. Watson Gal is checked in, Vucevic is back in. Nikola Vucevic has visited all 3 referees since he's been back in, just to let them know he's back in the game.
But you know what? He's not the kind of player that ever picks up technicals, so how he talks to the referees, I think, is still very respectable.
Yeboah goes inside. Extra move for 2. Super finish with Yakowazi Yeboah. Jobnak, as I said before, every game he's come in, even in the tough ones earlier on, that's a foul by Whelan. They had a foul to give.
It's an okay foul. I don't think it's necessary at that moment just because Allman wasn't attacking. So I think once he did put the ball on the ground, starts to dribble, go ahead, reach, draw the foul then, because you can give yourself a few more extra seconds off of the game and shot clock.
Vucevic is the release. Great Britain in the penalty now. Carl Allman has it. Looks to create a little separation. Vucevic is deep, and that's Aitken's foul away from the ball. And there's no complaint because he wrapped the arm and the palm of the hand was on the body.
Do I think Vucevic sold it slightly? Maybe. But, you know, sometimes after your coach gets a technical, the referees look at things a little bit differently. At least the most recent defense or offensive attack for that team. That's also why sometimes coaches, I don't want to say take a technical, but they do take one for their players as well.
Absolutely. Vucevic misses the first. Makes the second. Great Britain have 3 seconds to get the shot away. Carl Wheatle gets to the halfway line, gets his feet set, puts it up, catches the front of the ring. Gave him a long look at that.
I was going to say, Slavkovic, I think needed to be a little bit closer.
Well, there is the halftime score. Great Britain, they're only average 66 points a game, have 48 at the half and lead by 6 over Montenegro. And it's all about Great Britain defense.
It really is. It's their defensive possessions that are leading to easy breaks, fast break points, points from turnovers. They're at 15. We get to take a look at the statistics right now. Montenegro shooting the ball exceptionally well when they get a shot opportunity, but it's the turnovers that has really affected them. They have 13 turnovers. They've given up only 5 offensive rebounds to Great Britain, but the thing is, Great Britain are scoring off of those offensive rebounds. They already have 9 second chance points as we get to take a look at some of the top scorers. Hessen has been on a different level. Yeboah. What I like about Great Britain is they're not settling for tough contested shots. They're actually attacking the basket more aggressively than we've seen all tournament long. Mark, you mentioned it, 48 first half points. That's the most points Great Britain has scored in this tournament at halftime. Their last high was 42 against Finland.
Well, there's the matchup for those key players. As you just said, Miles Hessen has had a great first half. Vucevic, normal first half of Vucevic. He's en route for another double-double. Great Britain came out with the option to trap and double team him.
Yep.
But Miles Hessen leads all scorers in the game with 16, putting Great Britain in the driving seat at the half. Long way to go, but they're in a great place. Going to get a look at the second quarter best plays, and there's going to, the irony being there's going to be a lot of plays where Montenegro score because, as you said, because they are playing incredibly good basketball when they get to the half court.
When they get into their sets, they're finding open shots. The times when they don't get into their sets, it's not even a bad shot. They're actually turning the ball over. They shot 70% after the first quarter. They're at 62%, excuse me, at halftime. It's a great percentage. It's just, you've got to take care of the ball. Mihailovic has 4 turnovers. The team as a total has 13. You can't have Allman and Mihailovic, your 2 backcourt players, with 7 turnovers combined.
And especially as Allman has put together his best half of basketball offensively. But so Montenegro, this just to remind you as these highlights come to an end, a simple scenario for them. They get the win, they're on the charter flight tomorrow. If they lose and Great Britain don't win by 33 points, Sweden are on that flight tomorrow. So that's why there's so many yellow shirts in the crowd.
Well, they do play next, but...
Yeah, but like when they played second before, they've never shown up till just before the game.
No. They know what's on the line just like we know what's on the line.
It's, well, they've given themselves an opportunity, Great Britain, for their first EuroBasket win since 2012. We'll take some time, and we'll be back for the second half to see if they can complete the job. We'll see you soon.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
That's a beautiful move from Thanasis. The spin to the reverse is nice. Nurkic looks back door. Atic. Reverse, baby. Rewind reverse. Oh, Shengelia. Turns the corner, rises up nice and high, and punches it home with his left hand.
Now finding the big back, bumping, twisting, going in, and the follow-up. Well, Big Gershon goes in and throws it down.
Behind the back, Puerto, the Eurostep, Niang, the rejection. This is European basketball at its finest.
Nice backdoor play, Hermanson, bit of acrobatic. Oh my Lord. Well, didn't know he had it in him.
Incredible move. An exquisite finish.
Wachinski.
Wow.
Yeah, Musi may have got a hand to it.
Hey, he knocked that one out.
The tip is up, and it will be Poland with first play. There's the first alley-oop, and what a way to begin. Panicka finding big man Balcerowski.
Oh, there you have it. A big answer.
Nice hands from Antetokounmpo. Dorsey to the rim. Oh, wow! Nurkic safely disposes of the play. Roberson.
Oh, Montenegro goes in, throws it down with a thunder dunk. Now a timeout's going to be called by Freddie Batu. Dominic Olejniczak had all the time and space in the world. Didn't realize how wide open he was. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back to Tampere. We're at the half still of Great Britain and Montenegro. Let's take a look at the top scorer for Great Britain. Miles Hessen, 16 points on 6 from 11 from the 2. He's made all his 3 throws. And the veteran, who is the only guy on this Great Britain team who was on the roster when they had their last win at a EuroBasket in 2013 in Slovenia over Germany, ironically. But he has led from the front, the veteran. And the most pleasing thing, as Shona said in the first half, is he's taken good looks. Taking it at the ring strongly and has been open. He hasn't really taken a shot under a lot of pressure. And he's had a very, very impressive first half.
Yeah, I mean, he's done exactly what they've needed to do. He's shot a couple threes. They haven't gone in, but they've also been good shot attempts from 3. The majority of his points are coming from, as we see the shot chart, around the basket because he's attacking well. He's keeping his balance. He's not intimidated. He's going up. He's faking before he goes up. And he's also got himself to the free throw line.
Well, Miles Hessen epitomizes the word veteran for this team. He leads the scores for Great Britain. Unsurprisingly, I know we sound like the Nikola Vucevic fan club, Shona and I, but he has 11 points on 4 from 5. Missed a couple of free throws. Did spend, got about 4 minutes on the bench in that first half, so he's going to be around that mid-30 point when it comes to minutes across this game, and they're going to need him to be if they're going to make the trip to Riga. It's just he always does the right thing.
Yeah, you look at his statistics and you say, oh, well, it's kind of quiet. He's still well on his way to a 22-10 performance, which I think he'll come up with. And that's, you know, he did that last game. He needed a big game. He's the kind of player who also has the skill set and the ability to have a big second half, and even bigger second half than he's already had in the first half. I mean, he's hardly missed when he has shot.
Yep.
It's just, you know, it's sort of been a quiet outing for him. He has missed a couple free throws if we want to be picky, but he has 3 assists because players have come and trapped him, and he needs to find the open person.
Well, and I can, we're obviously not in the locker room, but you can guarantee in that locker room at the half, he would have had a lot to say to his teammates. He's very vocal during the timeouts. He really does take this role of leadership very, very seriously indeed with this roster.
We're getting almost ready for the second half.
We made the point shown before the half that Great Britain only averaging in the mid-60s, yet they already have 48. Are they going to be able to make that much of an impact with their defense? You would expect Mihailovic and Alman they don't have to do anything great in the backcourt. They just have to get it over the halfway line and get into stuff.
Yeah, that's what you said. You know, when they get it over and into stuff, they have good looks and they're making their shots. The issue is they're struggling in the backcourt. Alman, Mihailovic, 7 turnovers together. It's just too costly. I think this backcourt is way too experienced to have that kind of performance, bringing the ball up over the halfway line.
Well, yeah, Great Britain are going to have to look to get them to 20 turnovers, I think, keeping it just even if it's just 7. That would be Montenegro getting more shot attempts. So, just to remind you, Montenegro, there's the game leaders. There's Vucevic with his 11 and 5 and Mihailovic with 4 assists. And that's how much Mihailovic, his turnovers and his foul count is going to hurt them, because he is so important to this team. He's a veteran, his leadership is important, but his foul count, his turnovers just been out of character. But Montenegro, if they win, they're through to the second round. If they lose, almost certainly Sweden are going to take the slot, unless Great Britain have a second half where they're perfect and Montenegro implode a little bit.
Which, you know, we've seen crazier things happen. Do I think Great Britain winning by 33 is realistic? Not really. I have seen crazier things, but right now I think it's about holding your heads high and having respect and getting the first win for Great Britain. In 15 consecutive games they have lost at a EuroBasket. It has been years since they've come up with a win.
Well, when you're rebuilding a program, you've got to start somewhere, and this could be a great start for Great Britain. But Montenegro, you know, there's enough experience in that roster that I believe that they will sort out those turnovers. They'll come down the floor, and then it's a case of who does produce more in the half court. But it's really set up nicely, and the weight of the shirt, if that's the phrase, if this goes on into the fourth quarter and Great Britain still lead, the reaction from Montenegro will be interesting. They'll feel the pressure to get the win. Let's just listen to both coaches as they give their last moments of sets and information before the start of this third quarter.
AK, you're on the burn, and then again, remember when we get to the end, okay? And Carl's here, and Miles here, and Luke, and Dan, and AK. One step.
Okay, open up. I'm napravi 2 down. First offense, 2 down. Second offense, 2. Okay, 2 down, 2. Polako, ajde. To se dešava, nema loze. Ajde, braćo.
So Great Britain will have the possession of the basketball at the start of this second half. There's the EuroBasket code. If you want all the stats, download that app and you can follow everything across all 4 groups and then follow the final stage in Riga. And that's going to be day after day of just great games. Every single game could go either way. But Montenegro have a real chance to get there. There's the Great Britain contingent of fans behind their team bench. And Great Britain will inbound at the start of this third quarter. They'll again run that weave action. Yeboah puts it on the floor, gets to the middle, and kicks. Weedle saves it. Nelson's gonna have to put this up. There's only 5 seconds. He gets the kick. Yeboah gets his feet set for 3. Doesn't get it to go. Vucevic just cleans up the mess. Alman, who started the game on fire. Simonovic gets the start in this third quarter. Inside, outside. Simonovic goes back to Vucevic. feels the double team, goes up in traffic for two. It's just too good.
It is too good. A defensive rebound, and then there he waits for the double team to have to move with the Simonovic cut. Hessen had to leave.
Aitken on the perimeter will find Hessen. Hessen takes a tough step back three. Doesn't get it to go, but will get his own rebound. Lines up the long two. Doesn't get that to drop.
Well, you know, 3 shots right now, 3 shots from three-point range. That is not where Great Britain had their success in the first.
Ormond outside will get the ball screen. Vucevic will now roll. 5 on the possession. Ormond has to get a little separation. Takes the tough two. Doesn't get it to go. Weedle comes down with a defensive rebound. Great Britain have a chance to run, but Montenegro back. Aitken off the glass is fouled. He'll have to earn them from the free throw line. Montenegro so inactive in transition getting back.
Even the last possession of the first half, they let Great Britain shoot from the half-court range.
And Ormond's going to pick up the personal. Ormond picks up his second. Mihailovic already has 3. Vucevic has 2. The foul situation could be an issue for Montenegro. Aitken will go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Important that Great Britain keep that scoreboard ticking over. Ormond will take the ball screen. Vucevic, short roll, lines up the 3 on the pick and pop. Went 3 from 4 the other night and just buries it. Nothing but string.
He doesn't shoot a lot of three-pointers, but he is very efficient. He's almost at 60% from three-point range, 58 to be exact, heading into this game.
Nelson takes the tough lead away for 2, is fouled. The whistle again is
a little bit late.
Yeah.
Well late, I actually would say, on that one. I think Nelson was already fading away from the contact, so might have got bailed out a little bit there by the referees.
To take your point, though, Shona, like in the first half, you were saying about Great Britain, they were taking shots where they were set, moved the ball a little bit,
towards the basket.
And like Nelson then settled for a lean away. It's a much tougher shot. He's got, as you say, bowed out, but he's made the free throw, which is the important thing for him and the Great Britain bench and those fans that have made this trek to Tampere. And I'm sure they're going to go with some great memories of Tampere. What a beautiful city that we've enjoyed for these this Group B.
Oh, this arena as well. These players, this has to be one of the best places that they have played. All of them have played Finland and experienced a sold-out crowd of almost 13,000 people. The Finnish fans, the Finnish culture are so nice. They're enjoyable to be around.
Nelson picks up another personal. That'll be Nelson's 3rd personal foul. Vucevic puts it on the floor, in the lane, gets a little contact, but goes up again.
And 11 points at half. He already has 16 now, 7 rebounds.
Yeboah just drains the 3. And Montenegro's defense, this is your Quasi Yeboah, who's led Great Britain in scoring apart from Hessen, and they can shoot the ball. No one giving him a hard time at the defensive end. Vucevic rips it, puts it on the floor. They're going to call that off. Blocking foul.
Blocking, yeah. Thought it was going to be an offensive for a while.
Well, the way Nikola Vucic looks at the official, I think he thought he was going to, and he's clearly moving sideways.
I think Martin Horvath also hesitated a little bit. Made it a little bit more dramatic, let's say that.
Yeah. 6-point Great Britain lead. Still early in the 3rd. Mihailovic, Ormond. Ormer just breaks down the defense in the lane, off the glass. They made him change his shot. The contest was good enough. Wheatle will find Aitken, who wasn't really expecting it, but Wheatle on the floor. Yeboah moves it on. Plenty of time on the possession. And Great Britain will turn it over.
I think Wheatle says the ball definitely was tipped.
They're going to go coach challenge, I think. Wheatle's absolutely adamant.
I think it was tipped.
Well, the officials under the crew chief.
So actually, I think Coach Mark Studel says, no, I don't want to use my challenge right now. And the referees talked about it. We didn't get to see the replay either. Sorry, fans.
Orman. Well, the good news for Montenegrin fans is they look a little bit more secure in the backcourt. Great Britain haven't gone to that little almost run and jump type defense. Mihailovic off the glass for 2, and hence they get into the half court and get an easy look. Great Britain leaving Nelson in the game on the 3 fouls. Hessen, short roll, thinks about it. Wants to take a little bit more time off the clock. Wheatle with 5 on the possession. Yeboah is going to have to put this up. Foul on Slavkovic, and Montenegro play.
Smart foul.
Oh, they play 22 seconds of defense.
You had Vukovic there behind you protecting the rim, and just a slow closeout. Make Yeboah have to score in the last 2 seconds.
Yeah. As we've consistently said, off the dribble, off balance, it's a much lower percentage. Do not bail them out with the foul. Here's Hessen, catches, looks to turn the corner, takes the tough step away, doesn't get it. Ullman and Vucevic together clean up the mess on the glass. Ullman will bring it. Vucevic now goes inside. Ullman on the baseline, just throws it straight to Akwazi Yeboah. 2-on-1 break for Great Britain. Nelson has it. Aitken for 2.
Again, off of turnovers, Great Britain doing a good job getting out and running.
Mihailovic wants the mismatch, gets the mismatch. Vucevic goes inside, and they take the foul even though the double team was coming, and Vucevic is going away from the basket.
So 2 questionable fouls. I say questionable, meaning not smart fouls. We saw Slavkovic on the other end take one on the closeout, and here, you said it, he's going away from the basket. Your help side is coming. That double team is coming. Why do you take a foul, even if you have fouls to give?
Simonovic on the offensive boards, goes back up. And Mihailovic just outworks everybody, and his work rate is rewarded with the possession. And it's possessions like this in this type of game, you just need to finish the play. You've done the hard graft, you've made people miss shots. Now you've got to outwork them on the glass. Mihailovic is going to look to pressure it, but Vucevic will be open. Mihailovic, feet set for 3. Count him.
Quiet game for Mihailovic. That's only his 5th point. But like you said, it was the hustle play that led to them getting the extra possession underneath the basket.
Aitken on the release will move it on. Yeboah off the down screen, feet set for the 3 is good. And you have to question Montenegro's scout here, because Akwazi Yeboah is catching the ball with time and space and knocking down 3s. Hessen with a double team generates the turnover. Hessen mishandles, is gonna not save it. And again, it's one of those small moments. It's not as if they should be surprised at the run and jump and the trap. It's been going on the whole game. Was there a change of possession? Yeah, there was, wasn't there? Because they threw the pass.
But again, Great Britain, opportunity to get up. They throw that double team. They're forcing Montenegro into more turnovers. Very uncharacteristic right now. 15 turnovers already for Montenegro.
Oh, Mihailovic in the lane, puts up a tough one and is fouled. He got the call. He shouldn't be frustrated. We all know the referees just let the play develop, then have a look at it, then make the call. So there's a slight delay in the process. Then again, for a guy like Mihailovic with his veteran status, he would have played when the referees were blowing the calls a little bit quicker. Mihailovic on the free throw line. Great Britain still with the 6-point lead. This is the first. I think Mihailovic is, the way he feels at the moment, it looks like he feels, sums up the way that the whole of Montenegro look. There's a frustration in how the game is developing. Chance to make this a 5-point game. 4 to go in the third. Mihailovic drops it. Aiken is always going to be the release. Vucevic won't get outside. Hesson misses the throwdown, is fouled, and will go to the free throw line. And that's what you were talking about in terms of the first half. Rip it through and attack it. Just a super quick, decisive decision by Hesson.
You know, and he started this second half, in my opinion, settling a little bit for too many outside shots when the success he had were those kind of moves. They haven't been able to stop him. They couldn't stop him in the first half. See if they can stop you and then start to build your game a little bit further away from the basket. But if you can score doing that, why stop?
Makes the first from the free throw line. Luke Nelson on the Great Britain bench with his 3 fouls. Hesson goes 2 for 2 from the line. Montenegro, I want to talk about it. And Great Britain opening out a 7-point lead. And if you're Great Britain now, you'd love that to eke out to a 10-point double-digit lead before the end of this quarter. They'd still have to listen to Coach Radovic.
Nismo brali napade, nijedan. Znači, nemamo odbranu, drugo poleme nemamo odbranu. A sutra nemamo nijednu odbranu. Ne znam, teško dajemo koše, ne branimo išta, mislim. I da dajemo, treba branimo. Mislim, ovo je, ne znam, ne pritiskamo loptu. Idu pasovi, idu prenosi, idu hand-offovi. Rade što hoće. Ne znam jebi. Ali ne znam. Ajde, postavimo za Vučka da je tu down. Postavimo tu down za Vučka. Momci, ne možemo da igramo koš za koš. Moramo da, vi odmah moramo imamo. Mislim, mi ne moramo, vidite sad.
Well, you saw there the courtside 1891 code. Download that from your normal source. Make sure you can keep up with all there is to know in terms of live games, highlights, stories from FIBA International Basketball. The live action from EuroBasket 2025 at the moment, and you've just looked back at the summer of international action, every continental championship there to see. So important for Montenegro coming out of the timeout. Get what coach wanted you to run. Simonovic extends it, looks inside. Vucevic taken off the block. Now he's going to have to work from the three-point line. Hesson comes, no one helps. Simonovic goes over. They called a foul because the help was late.
Well, again, heads-up play. You know Vucevic is going to find the open player if he is double-teamed. Simonovic, he needs to go out strong. I think that can be an and-one type situation.
100%. The help was late, so he had all the time to go up. Hesson's going to get some time on the bench, as is Dan Aiken. Ward Hibbert checks in for Great Britain. And you've made the point earlier on, Simonovic has a height advantage against whoever's at the 4 for Great Britain. He really should just go through that contact and finish the play. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, though, much needed. 6 points personal, 4 of those from the line. Watson-Gale will take the ball screen. Bello will dive. It wasn't meant for him, but he picked it up. Yeboah, feet set again for 3. Doesn't get it to drop. Defensive rebound. Jovanovic comes down with it. Drobnjak. Keep waiting for Drobnjak to explode points-wise. Gets in the lane, drops it to Vucevic. Needs a pass, finds a pass. Mihailovic, feet set for 3, is no good. Bello cleans up the mess, and Watson-Gale will look to advance it for Great Britain. Little runner is, let's just say, a little hot. Not sure if that was the first option that Coach Studer will want.
Not a good foul there to take. Mihailovic, great job, sweep the ball when you're being overcrowded, but these are the crucial moments where, you know, Watson-Gale, you have to know time and score.
Yep. And the thing on the analysis of those turnovers, it's not been the on-ball guy that has stolen the ball. It's been the guy coming with the trap.
Yeah.
Been the guy advancing to the passing lane. It's not been stealing from one-on-one, trying to take it off the ball handler. Drobnjak, 2 for 2. 4-0 run for Montenegro after the timeout, all from the free throw line. Yeboah will get it to Bello. Ward Hibbert finds Yeboah. Turns down the ball screen. Watson-Gale with 7 on the possession. Takes the tough 3 and drops it. And he has consistently, with his feet set, shot the 3 well.
I was just about to say, he made up for that bad foul on the defensive end.
Mihailovic takes the ball screen. Vucevic, they set, he puts up the 3, drops it again. Wow. Great Britain with the 3-point lead. Bello, he thinks about the 3, turns it down. Smart decision by him as Vucevic closed him out. Yeboah tries to create, steps back off the one leg, doesn't get it to go. And that's the type of shot you're not liking, right?
I think they can get something better.
Yeah.
We've seen them get something better all game long.
Vucevic puts it on the floor. Quasi Yeboah hunts it. They get out on it, and Ward Hibbert takes it. We'll send them back to the free throw line. So since the timeout, Montenegro would have shot 3, gone to the free throw line 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times.
And they're 100% at the moment, 4 from 4. Vucevic with the open 3. You'd accept that because he does those things. In EuroBasket basketball, there is nothing that is easy or simple. You have to work for the whole of every
Whole
possession.
Yep. Offensively, defensively, especially. Just a little bit slow on that closeout. And again, force him to drive and hope that you have that next help side defender there.
Yep.
You peel off, you take the next player.
Oh, free throw miss. Bello lets it go. Never let the ball go out of bounds if you can stop it. Don't give the referee the chance to make the decision, and Bello could have just grabbed that.
Yeah.
65-63. Crucial moments here for Montenegro. They were looking at 7 down, potentially a double digit. The timeout, they've closed it to a 2-point game. Vucevic in the lane, kicks it. Simonovic with the 3 is off. Great Britain hauled in the rebound. Last minute of the 3rd quarter. They would love to extend this lead to get back to that 5-point halftime advantage. Watson-Gale. 7 on the possession. Tries to get a little separation. Settles for the deep 3. Is way off. No one in the blue shirt goes to the glass. Allman could go 2 for 1. Vucevic with the 3 is off. Big rebound by Yeboah. Great Britain have a 4-5 second differential between game and possession. Watson-Gal off the ball screen. Drobnak goes under. Watson-Gal for the three, knocks it down, and you have to question Drobnak going under because Watson-Gal, with his feet set, has shown he can shoot the ball.
He also went under the first. You can't go under the second.
Allman with the three, doesn't get it to go. Simovic, they're gonna have to look at that. They're gonna wipe it off unless Montenegro want them to look at it. It looked to me as though the light was on.
For me, the light was on before he touched the ball. We'll take a look here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to use your coaching challenge against that.
Well, Great Britain with a 68-63 advantage. Montenegro needing the win to make the second round. And Great Britain have dealt with that little run that Montenegro had and still have the 5-point advantage. Montenegro's shooting percentages are still high, but for Great Britain, they're higher than in any game they've played so far in this competition.
Oh yeah, this is their best outing, like you said, offensively. And what about Watson-Gale coming out? 11 points, he's 3 of 4 from three-point range. Just that last possession, for example, they go under the first initial on-ball screen against him, and then a quick repick. Defensively, you can't go under. You are gonna give up a shot. You have to go. If you go under the first, okay, fine, but you've gotta go and follow on the second one. But no, they didn't, and that means Watson-Gale even closer to that three-point line. You mentioned it, he had his feet set, knocks down the shot, gives Great Britain a little bit more of an advantage after a better third quarter by Montenegro.
Well, they were almost looking at a 10-point advantage. They dragged themselves back into it. Great Britain make the last three, and it's back to a 5-point game. Vucevic is almost certainly going to have to go the whole of the fourth quarter. Montenegro will have the first possession of the fourth quarter. Great Britain bringing back Nelson, bringing back Hessen. Bello still stays. So more, Yeboah's going to get his time on the bench right now. Here's Allman. Simonovic looking inside. Great Britain do a nice job at preventing the easy entry. Drobnak down the lane for an easy two.
You question it, when is he gonna start to go off? This fourth quarter could be a Drobnak quarter. And that's a very, very good sign if you're a Montenegrin fan.
Nelson takes a little contact from Drobnak, who's done a great job slowing up Nelson here. Great Britain not getting in, but Whelan comes off the screen for three, is long. Offensive rebound dropped inside. Bello with a throwdown and the flush for two. And those Swedish fans, I keep referring to it, they are believing that Great Britain are going to possibly send their team to Riga. Drobnak goes inside, Vucevic inside, outside. Simonovic attacks the closeout. They kick it again. Ivanovic for three is way short. Ward Hibbert comes down wide. Vucevic got to go up, surely. Nelson throws it away with no pass there at all. Montenegro going the other way. Simonovic with height advantage. Should just power himself up here. The help doesn't come. Simonovic in the lane, doesn't get it to go, but Vucevic just immense on the glass and draws the foul. Carrying his team.
Oh, talk about carrying his team. You said it, 21 points already. He has now the 9 rebounds, 5 assists. This means a lot to him. And we've seen it every time he wears the Montenegrin jersey. He plays with pride, and he wants to win. And right now, he is willing his team to that win because he knows exactly how important this game is.
Wow, the single most impressive thing is that he does what he does. The only things he does are the good things. He doesn't try and do anything else.
Yeah.
And there are people out here on the floor on both teams trying to create difficult shots. Vucevic is not going to do that.
No.
You know, and if it's good enough for him, it should be good enough for everyone. Makes the first. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. Great Britain simply have to just maintain their level, trying to get the shots they've been getting in this game so far. Bello on the inside. Goes with a fadeaway for two, and Vucevic had switched out. Good recognition by Great Britain with the Bello two. Took his time, got a shot he wanted. Grubnak kicks it off to Sinovic. Whelan gets his hand in the lane, almost a double touch, but Allman just about got his hands out of the way. Walt Hibbert sits down, Weedle comes back. Simonovic is the release. Drobnjak, who looks much more energized in this fourth quarter. Now he has a matchup, he's going to go out. Puts it on the floor, gets inside. And that's going to say he got rid of Hessen with the elbow.
I saw it exactly from my angle. I was waiting to see what the referees were going to call them. We'll see here on the replay, he clearly pushes off with his left hand. Look at this.
And looks to do it.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what he's doing. Hessen does a good job at staying with the foot speed. Great Britain with the 5-point lead and the basketball. Nelson gets it into the half court and gets it back. Goes upstairs to Bello, and he can't complete the alley-oop. And he held on to the ring, so they're going to lose the possession. Good play, bad play, Schroeder.
I think it was a good play. The timing was on. I just don't think he caught the ball how he wanted to.
Allman just blows past the defense for two. And Coach Studel's going to take the timeout. It's a 3-point game. Well, I'll make the point that we made at the previous one. If Miles Hessen can move his feet and contain the guard, then they've just got to do a better job on the ball. Super move by Allman. Timeout for Mark Studel. And we get a chance to listen to him when he's finished with his coaching style.
Well, I don't think it's a bad timeout. You see a little bit of energy, momentum coming from this Montenegrin team. It's still a one-possession game. And Studel, he has 2 timeouts left after this one. So it might just be an opportunity to give some of his players who have played big minutes, or also to settle them down. Maybe he wants to change something up, get a quick look offensively, do something different defensively. I don't disagree with this kind of a timeout, even though they still have the lead.
Well, he's got the lead. He's got the 3 to use, as you say. So nothing wrong with actually giving the roster time to just refocus.
Yeah, exactly.
Do like the fact that they're being aggressive. Do like the fact that they're moving the basketball and looking to attack. Yeboah is back, so probably the most potent offensive lineup that he can put on the floor. So Great Britain with the 3-point lead coming out of the timeout. So important to get the shot you want coming out of the timeout. Nelson turns the corner, has it knocked away, but draws the foul. You're never going to have a negative about drawing the foul on penetration. Great Britain will have it on the end line. Or they're going to go to the side. Execution out of bounds for Great Britain. They've got to execute. Bello down the lane is knocked away by Allman. What a reaction from him from the weak side.
You got to go catch that ball aggressive, knowing that you have a dunk if you do. But a nice heads-up play by Allman, though. Quick reaction, like you said, for him to get there and break up that pass. He was wide open, Mark.
Well, Vucevic is literally coming out hard on the ball screen.
He's worried about Hessen popping at 3, I think, as well. Great
Britain, having had a potential dunk, turn it over. And Montenegro could tie the game on this possession. Allman tries to turn the corner, does turn the corner, just hands it off for Vucevic to flush it. 1-point game. Weitzel. Needs a pass, finds a pass. Nelson attacks it, goes on the layup for 2. Love the fact that Great Britain are being the aggressor here, going to the hoop. Allman. Vucevic will be involved in almost everything they run for the rest of the game. He's popped. Allman out against Bello with the mismatch, gets inside, kicks it. Drobnak with his feet set for 3, doesn't get it to go. That's a rebound by Yeboah. Hessen advances it. Is fouled in transition. That'll be the 3rd team foul for Montenegro. I thought they'd actually stop the transition. Vucevic was back.
Vucevic was back. I don't think it was necessary of Jovanovic to take that kind of a foul, especially with 6 minutes left. You mentioned it. Okay, they still have a foul to give, but a lot of time left in this quarter, and I imagine it's going to become an interesting game with the way that we've seen this second half play out so far.
Aitken checks back in for Bello, and Bello did a really good job for Great Britain. Nelson gets a deflection. What's that phrase? Keep it simple.
You know, he saw the help side digging in a little bit, but I think that was, you know, the touchdown pass that's not always there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with Vucevic. If Hessen goes to the perimeter, Vucevic goes out.
Yes, he does.
Weedle throws it inside to Aitken. Goes up quick and can't complete. Vucevic gets back, knocks it away. Great Britain missed an opportunity. Drobnak becoming an increasingly big factor on the game so far in this 4th quarter. Great recognition by Akwazi Yeboah, read the lob. They go long for Hessen on transition. Goes with a reverse layup. They're going to count it. Love the fact that Great Britain had numbers down the floor, contesting and getting after the offensive ball, opening it out to a 5-point lead. Mihailovic is going to come back. We know Drobnak really does give them some upsides, but the best backcourt combination for Montenegro, Mihailovic and Allman restored to the lineup. Simonovic rips it through. Allman gets it. Has the pick from Vucevic. Feels a little traffic. Takes the tough lean away. Doesn't get it to go, and Great Britain hunt it. Hessen in transition. Puts it on the floor. Needs a pass. Finds one with Nelson. Goes back inside. Hessen is fouled, and that'll be the 4th team foul with 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. And Montenegro looking down the barrel.
Yeah. Showing a little bit of fatigue maybe, and because of that fatigue, not great decision-making on both ends, actually.
Great Britain just have to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Nelson goes up with a foul line jumper, more balanced that time, no sideward movement, gets the 2. Coach Radovic will take the timeout. I think as much to give them a rest as a blow here, as well as talk about what he needs to do. But Shona, it's that little run from Montenegro. Great Britain have resisted that and responded, and now have the lead, and Montenegro in the penalty.
You know, when that little run happened for Montenegro, I was worried just because I do think Great Britain lacks experience and leadership. And, you know, late in the game, who has the more experience? I think it's Montenegro in these type of must-win sort of situations overall. If you look, you know, how many games this Montenegrin team has played with each other, you have a leader like Nikola Vucevic. Great Britain, not quite the same type of leaders and experience, but a great response. And what I like is that they've been staying aggressive. They haven't been settling offensively. They're looking to try and attack the basket. And now we have 5 minutes left. Montenegro already in foul trouble. That's a good sign for GB.
Yep.
They're 17 of 19 from the free throw line.
Well, we've been a little critical sometimes, especially of Luke Nelson with some of those tough pull-ups, but Allman on the last play,
yeah.
the defense had collapsed. He had to put up a real tough one. Well, that's not the way he started the game.
No. And, you know, great start to the game, but since that first quarter mark, we haven't seen a lot of it.
Yep. Vucevic gets it on the three-point line. Now he's got to work to get in there. Double team doesn't come. They play him one-on-one that time. That's the same thing we saw from Coach Stu early.
Yep.
Just trying to keep it a little bit...
possession one-on-one. Let's see if we can...
Hessen, great front cut. Easy two for the flush. Where was the Montenegrin defense?
They're so concerned on this like Warren's flare type set of the player popping.
And Vucevic gets another time. It looks like they'll send the double team. No, they play him one-on-one. Get into a fadeaway. Massive success.
Yep.
Great job defensively.
Good job defensively. You saw even Coach Studel involved in that defensive possession. A rare, tough shot. Dare I say bad shot by Vucevic as well.
Nelson just about holds on. Now goes inside, rips it to Aitken, who has it knocked away. Second time the Great Britain big people have got to go through that contact. 6 seconds on the possession. 7-point advantage for Great Britain. Yeboah thinks about it. Only got 5 on the possession now. Puts up the 3, is short. We've got 3.5 to go, and Great Britain have a 7-point lead. Drobnak back in the game. Montenegro have gone to the 3 guards. That's a blocking foul as Vucevic hits the floor. Great Britain, that's only their 2nd team foul. Really disciplined performance in the 4th quarter by the Great Britain national team. Vucevic is trying to drag his team back now.
Oh, he is. He knows that he's the one who needs to take over. You don't want him to do too much, though. But I also think he knows the best. He's the best player on the floor right now. Oh. He needs to get the ball, touches, everything needs to go through him right now, offensively for Montenegro.
Vucevic in the block. Orman on the inside out, drops the 3. Don't think the double team is supposed to come from the ball side. Orman with his feet set, drains the 3. Nelson explores the baseline, needs a pass. Great Britain have got to retain that aggression of going to the ring when they can. Wheatle takes a tough one off balance, doesn't get it to drop. Orman reads the double team and throws it to Mr. Horozov, who didn't catch the pass.
They have turnover for Montenegro.
And when Orman looked over that double team, no one in a white shirt moved.
No one. They were just watching him get double teamed. No one was coming to the ball. No one was giving him one pass away.
Nelson advances the basketball. We've got 2:40 remaining. Montenegro need a win to get to Riga. Nelson is going to play some one-on-one. Now moves it on. Hessen with 8 on the possession. Gets to the foul line. No, they're going to call it offensive.
Well, Mihailovic, a big defensive possession, especially considering that he has 4 fouls.
Played great. He got his feet set. I'm not sure what there was, to be fair. But Great Britain spent so much time with the ball on the dribble that Hessen had to try and make something happen with limited time.
And he was going parallel, not even attacking the basket, really.
And that's the 4th time. Too much time on the dribble for Great Britain. This is a huge possession here for Montenegro. 2:20 remains. Vucevic, and why not Vucevic? Spins, goes with the right hand for 2.
That double team doesn't come on time. Vucevic is going to score against you. And Coach Studel says this little 5-0 run, I need to take a timeout even though I'm only up 2. And this is where, you know, I have to question a little bit. Do Great Britain have the experience to hang on the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in this game? I'm not sure. We haven't seen it. because they haven't won in 15 consecutive games at a EuroBasket. They've had some big wins in qualifiers. Don't let, you know, I'm not mistaken with the fact that there's a reason why they're here. They got some good wins during the qualifiers to even be in this situation. But are they experienced enough? Do they have a leader who is going to calm things down in case they start taking bad offensive decisions?
Well, and you're absolutely, Shona, I think you're 100% right about, but at some point, you've got to win that first game, and they might not get a better chance for a while than to win from this position. The other thing, though, is too much dribble, which means you've stood still for pretty much 16 seconds offensively, and then you're asking someone to make a play.
Yeah.
They've had so much more success out of moving the basketball, creating advantage, and then making the play. And they've been very good. Like, they've moved Vucevic out of the keyway when they've gone with the Hessen has popped. There's nothing wrong with trying to stay with what's working.
Yep.
Hessen will advance the basketball. Great Britain lead by 2. 2:14 remains. Weedle needs Aitken, just about gets it to him. Hessen in the block, super pass, and they blow the 2-foot finish. Well, they got it right to the ring.
A couple possessions where they just haven't gone up strong and missed opportunities for easy baskets.
Orman guarded by Yeboah. Vucevic surely has to see the ball.
I mean, he needs to get a touch. There it is.
Inside out. Mihailovic for the lead is dropping it for 3. Montenegro take the lead for the first time in a very, very long time. Great Britain have to respond. Nelson finds Hessen. He lines up the 3, knocks it down. Ice in the veins of Miles Hessen. 126, 2-point game for Great Britain. Drobniak, Slavkovic moves it on. Mihailovic, having made the last 3. Back for 3 is way short. They release it, just gets it to Nelson off the glass. Will go to the free throw line to give Great Britain a 2-possession lead.
Well, how about that 3-point shot by Miles Hessen? He has not made a 3 tonight. I've questioned some of his attempts because he's been so efficient attacking the basket and scoring around the rim. That time, that's confidence, and you need a player to have confidence. And he says, you know what? I'm the scoring leader on this team. They need my points right now. He steps up after a big 3-pointer by Montenegro, and then just a heads-up defensive play there. You get the rebound, you see Nelson out. It was a perfect pass as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing, Miles Hessen is a GB guy that has won games at EuroBasket, so he's stepped up and knocked it down. Timeout called. 2-possession game. Coach Radovic wants to talk about it right now. Great Britain still have 1 foul to give. Montenegro in the penalty.
Well, what do? Do you advance the ball in this situation? You have 1:11 left. You're down 2 possessions, which is what the important thing is. You don't have to go for a 3-point shot. Advance the ball, a quick option for Vucevic to touch the ball, go up. If the double or last time Mihailovic's 3-point shot, the first one he made, it was a triple team.
Yeah.
And he was wide open opposite corner. Vucevic has the height advantage. He'll be able to find players who are on the opposite corner than he is.
And that's the reason I'd say go with a 14-second advance it, because you've got the option of throwing it into Vucevic. You've got the option to get it to Vucevic, and then he either scores or did what he just did. So interesting to see. I'm not sure they're going to. Looks like they're going to go full court with it. They're going to take it in the backcourt. No, they're going to advance it. I think it's with Vucevic on the floor and the ability, you know, you've got the ability to throw him the ball. I would go with the 14th and advance it. This is one of those times where you know Great Britain are going to have to double team. This stuff about will they not double team to try and mix it up. He's just going to score them.
Well, Coach Radovic, no more timeouts, which could become crucial if they don't get a score on this possession, really.
Vucevic is the release. Mihailovic. Allman off the down screen. We'll get the ball screen from Vucevic. He'll dive. And
It's going to be a foul.
You still have a foul to give. Do you foul? Do you use it then?
I don't think it was an intentional foul. I think it was a good aggressive play. They switched the on-ball screen. You don't want to allow Vucevic rolling easily. He just kind of got caught up a little bit too much.
And Vucevic, being good enough and smart enough, just made sure the foul happened. Yeah. 1:03 to go. New 14 for Montenegro. Mihailovic, with all his experience, will inbound. Gonna send Vucevic low. Allman's gonna take it himself. Attack gets to Vucevic for the 2.
One possession game. All you need to do is get a good defensive possession here for Montenegro. Come up with the rebound, and you're gonna give yourself an opportunity to tie the game.
Well, they've got Vucevic recognized that he dropped. Nelson's had the ball for a long time. And then picks it up. Yeboah with only 5 seconds, goes inside, gets the drop.
Well, they gotta go. There's no timeouts, and you can't take your time here. And you see Radovic saying, go.
Allman settles for the 3. Great Britain come down with the rebound. Yeboah has it. Surely they're gonna foul. They do.
And Vucevic just looks exhausted, Mark. I didn't like this last offensive possession, to be honest with you, from Great Britain, but Yeboah, heads-up play, don't settle for an outside shot, attacks the basket aggressively. He has a little bit of a strength-height advantage against Allman, who was initially on him. Help side wasn't there.
Did a super job with Vucevic coming over to try and challenge that shot to protect it. Now he's on the free throw line. It'll still be, if he makes both, it'll still be a 2-possession game, but those 2 possessions will require 3s.
Yeah.
Great Britain on the verge here. Still 16 seconds. That's more than enough time for Montenegro to go down the floor and get 2 threes here.
I wish you could see the fans behind the Great Britain bench right now. You have the GB fans, but it's the Swedish fans who almost seem more excited than the GB ones.
Job that gets into Vucevic, who puts up the 3, doesn't get it to go. Yeboah almost has, but loses the rebound. Mihailovic with the 3 ball is no good. And Miles Hessen, how fitting is that? Miles Hessen, the man that hit the 3 to ice the game probably for Great Britain, comes down with a defensive rebound. And Great Britain get an 89-83 win, their first EuroBasket win in 12 years. What a performance by Great Britain. Super, super performance of character, but I just feel so disappointed for Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah.
If this is his last EuroBasket performance, that's not the way he'd have wanted to end it. You got a short clip of the Swedes with the Great Britain fans celebrating for all their worth here, because that means that Sweden will progress.
Well, there you saw the fans, the Swedish fans behind the GB fans who were chanting GB. And I agree with you. I think the disappointment is for Nikola Vucevic, who is not happy with the referees. And he's a little heated. He also knows that I think they missed an opportunity. He did absolutely everything that he could. He finished with 31 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. It's just they didn't get stops at the end of the game, and then they didn't get easy looks. But I think you have to, I questioned if Great Britain had it in them to stay calm, continue to attack where they have been successful, and they did exactly that the last 2.5, 3 minutes of the game.
Great Britain, there's the scores. Vucevic over 30 points, but Hessen and Kwasi Yeboah, both big offensive games. Both at the end of the game came up with absolutely crucial plays. Yeboah on the drive and Hessen from the 3-point line. The Swedish fans are so excited in the gym here because they know what that means. Because of the points difference in a 3-way tie, Sweden will have the best points difference regardless of what they do in their last game. We're going to get a look at the best fourth quarter plays. The other thing to pick up here, Sean, we were very critical of Montenegro in that first half with their 13 turnovers. They only turned it over 5 times. So Great Britain managed to keep that scoreboard ticking over without their points off their defense. And it's just, I suppose the frustration for those Great Britain fans is, well, we might not have won a game, but, you know, you haven't won a game, but we should have been more, they could have been more competitive in the previous games.
Well, it looks like if we go by what we see on our cube in the gym right now, that there's a big thank you for Nikola Vucevic
and
Mihailovic. So possibly that means that they are retiring from the national team after this year's EuroBasket. So you even feel a little bit more worse for them because they had the opportunity. All they needed to do, I say all, I know it's not easy, but they needed to beat Great Britain. They end up falling by 6, 83-89. Those two players, in my opinion, all tournament long, every single game here in Tampere, Finland, did everything that they could to try and will their team to a win. Kyle Allman, I thought he started great. He ended the game great against Sweden, and that must win for them as well. He lost his rhythm at some point during the game, and they didn't have people who could step up and score for them.
Well, GB players on shot, thanking their fans. Tremendous performance by them. There's the current table. Sweden with the one win, regardless of the result of their game against Lithuania, will go through on the points difference between Great Britain, Montenegro, and Sweden. So congratulations to them, and they'll want to underline that qualification with the win over Lithuania, which is the next game up, and then we have Finland and Germany to finish. But we've started with a great one on game day 5. And from Mark and Shona, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you in around an hour to see Lithuania and Sweden contest the second game.
Suomalainen.